Alrighty, let's see what this game has to offer. Well, the gameplay is the same as before, and the addition to the game is strafing. You hold either R2 or L2 to strafe, and Ratchet will shoot straight as you move right or left. There are 2 new wrenches in this game, and of course it's an upgrade to the point where you can one-shot enemies in the first arena battle. At first you do not have Clank on your side, but after going to Megapolis and rescuing Clank, he'll remain on your side for the rest of the game, except for Thugsful's prison. And it goes without saying, but you'll need him because there are large gaps and you can't climb up high to the ledges. Clank's got everything from the previous game, although the new thing for the game is the levitator. You come across the Rhino salesman again in this game and he'll offer you this levitator for bolts. You go to the blue spot on the ground and you begin flying, and on the right is how much fuel you have to fly. It's got vendors from the first game, there are new weapons in this game, and even though I said that Megacorp is all the rage these days, there is a Gadgetron store in Bogon Galaxy. On planet Barlow, while fighting the Desert Rider, you'll run into this robot Gadgetron lady that basically sells a few weapons from the first game. If you played the first game and save it, you'll actually get the weapons for free, except for this new Rhino 2, which costs 1 million bolts. And by the end of the day, while it's cool to have some of the weapons, they're not as effective and they won't level up, unfortunately. And yeah, some of the weapons in this game for the first time levels up. To level up, you'll need to kill a bunch of enemies. Once this red bar fills up, then there you go, an upgraded weapon. There's a new character called Slim Commando who can give you weapon modifications to make the weapon a bit more stronger. But first you'll need to level up the weapons before you put in modifications. To buy the modifications, you have to collect platinum bolts. They're like gold bolts, except they're of course platinum and you spend them on modifications. It's good to have the modifications. This lock-on mode, for instance, it tells you how much health the enemy has left, but you gotta hold R2 and L2 together if you want to log on. Another good example is the meteor gun. At first it shoots strings of lava, but once you level up, it shoots meteors, and the lock-on and acid modifications made it more powerful than ever. Check this out. In the first arena battle, the bosses were a bit challenging, but later on it wrecks the shit off of Chainblade in V2 Brawler. Brawler! Before challenge mode, anyway. For the first time ever, there are also arena battles, with announcers that don't get your name.
Introducing, from nowhere in particular, this guy, Ratchet, and some metal guy.
Come on, guys, they saved the Solara Galaxy, and you have not heard of them and or get their names? There are a total of 2 in this game, and they're pretty basic. You kill lots of enemies, and there are 2 optional bosses to fight. They do change it up sometimes, like only have 1 weapon, not get hit, and sometimes have a time limit. Aside from getting the mandatory gadgets, you can also win some bolts. Speaking of the mandatory gadgets, there are a total of 2 hacky minigames here, the Electrolyzer and the Infiltrator. With the Electrolyzer, you have to flip the connectors at the right angle to get these little dots to enter and not screw up once. With Infiltrator, you have to connect from dot to dot until you get to the same dot you started in. There's a short time limit, and as time moves on, it gets harder because there are paths that lead you to the wrong way and it will make you stop. There's the magnet boost that you have to get again. I'm not sure why you have to get it again even though you have the O2 mask at the beginning. But I'm guessing they are updating magnet boots because you can actually jump and move at the exact same speed as you walk up on walls, and even shoot guns! Speaking of boots, there's the new optional charge boots where if you double tap R1, you'll blast off into speed for a couple of seconds. You can hold it, but you'll move a bit slow. Oh crap! Make sure you got your charge boots equipped at the gadgets menu though, because when you get the magnet boots, the charge boots won't be equipped. To get this thing, you have to win the optional race at the Megacorp games. Yeah, there's racing in this game, and like the arena battles, there's a total of 2. The races have a total of 5 challenges each. With these races, you can boost after collecting these red things, and can shoot weapons after getting the blue cubes. The weapons can one-shot races, and can destroy the mines of the second race, and it can either be rockets, machine guns, lightning, or a shield that can protect you. Though later the challenge can be a bit rougher as the racers will start attacking you by aiming the rockets at you. To throw off their aim, you have to move left and right a bit until they no longer have you in sight. The second race is optional, but the first one is mandatory. Also, you can win bolts doing other challenges, and if you win every time, you'll get this catchy victory theme song. Speaking of gadgets, the Slingshot and Grind Boots return, but you have to drop by at the Penthouse in Megapolis. Hey, is that a Jak and Daxter poster? A much better franchise? Yeah, I said it. I enjoyed Jak and Daxter much better than Ratchet and Clank. You can blame the PS3 games and the PS4 remake for that, and Death Battle, but I digress. The Slingshot can also grab floating platforms and bring down bridges now, and that's something. There's no PDA unfortunately, but it's nothing to really lose sleep over. And one last gadget to talk about is the Hypnomatic, where you control these little robots to unlock doors. It's separated into 3 parts and you have to talk to a guy to put it together for a fee. And yeah, just like the first game, you gotta pay a fee sometimes, and even computers charge you.
That's it. This galaxy blows.
Speaking of money, we should probably talk about the desert and the second snow planet. You come across this weird dude that can help you if you collect enough crystals or moonstones. If you bring more, he'll offer you some cash, and the planets are a big open area to explore with enemies of its own. You have to crack these babies up to collect the crystals and moonstones, and there are these big monsters that have the crystal and moonstone inside them as well. I do enjoy the desert planet, but the second snow planet? Ugh, let's just say that the main problem is these fucking polar bears! These assholes are everywhere! They can take some punishment, travel in packs, and they can come out of nowhere! Oh, but trust me, they're not the only tough enemies in this game. See, after the testing facility, let's just say that things will get tougher as time moves on, and for the first time ever, you can increase health and get new armor in these yellow vendors. Like the weapons, you level up by killing a certain amount of enemies, and if you increase health, the whole thing will flash white and damage enemies around you for some reason. Another thing is that there are 10 of these cylinders that can increase health. Fun fact for you, I have never got the last piece for years. But after looking at the video that I'll leave at the description below, I finally managed to find the last cylinder, and voila, the circle is now complete. Also, there are these purple nanotech that can reveal more than 1 piece of health. Anyway, the armor can make you more durable, and trust me, you're gonna have to buy a couple of armor because this game is gonna kick your ass as time moves on. And you're gonna die a lot. Playing through the game again normally and not in challenge mode, it's not the best experience, but it needed to be done for this review. One thing to nitpick though is that when you get the latest armor, you can't see Ratchet's face, especially in cutscenes. Now the Clank stages. They're the same as before, except there's a couple of new gadget bots that can make bridges, lift up a wall, and hammer stuff. And about the Clank stages getting better as time moved on, I'm not sure if I should take that back for this video, because on one hand, it offers something extra, but on the other hand, the level design and music of the Clank stations are just boring. Thank goodness there are only 3 of these, with 2 being on Thugsville's prison.